Hey loves! Welcome to the Akasha Be Well Skincare channel. I'm Tesa Edmonson Jones. I'm the founder and owner of Akasha Be Well Skincare. We make naturally effective, sustainable skincare products from the finest natural and organic ingredients. Our mission is to help people of color learn more about sustainable, clean skincare and how to transition from products that contain ingredients which have been demonstrated to be harmful to skin health and our environment to more natural and clean skincare and home care products. Founded in Denver, Colorado, we're proud to say we're Colorado made. Hey. And with every purchase on Akasha Be Well Skincare, a tree will be planted in Rocky Mountain National Forest. Oh my gosh, I just kind of blanked out right there. A tree will be planted in Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, right over here, to help our local environment mitigate climate change, protect our water supply. Fun fact, Colorado supplies 19 states with fresh water, and preserve our native species and reduce the impacts of wildfires. All right, so today I wanted to continue our conversation from before, but get a little bit more in depth about my personal skincare story. Now, I did write this up on my blog at Akasha Be Well Skincare. I'm sorry, akashabewell.com. Please make sure to go to our website to get exclusive weekly emails that you can only find at akashabewell.com, and check out our blog and learn more about us, what we're doing, and to read my skincare story. Also, make sure you're all following Akasha Be Well Skincare on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Akasha Be Well across all platforms. Also, like this video, share, and comment if you are so inclined. If you would like to learn more, also go ahead and subscribe. Girl, get this out. Oh my goodness. Subscribe and you'll be the first to know when a new video is posted. All right. So, as I said, I wanted to continue to let you know more about me and Akasha Be Well Skincare. So my skincare story, I feel is unique, but not unique. Unique in a way that it happened to me, but not unique in that I know that my story isn't only just my story. I know that my story can resonate and has resonated with other people who have found themselves in sort of like a spot where they don't know where to turn and they don't know how to deal with their skin issues. Like they've tried everything under the sun, Accutane, retinoids, prescription oral meds. They've tried every cleanser under the sun, every toner, every moisturizer, everything that was thrown at them because they have oily and blemish prone skin, and they were told this is going to work, this is going to work. And so sometimes you'll find that something does work, but it might work for 3 to 6 months, or it might work for a year, or it will never work. And no matter how much you tried, there have been systems, whole skincare systems that I've tried that didn't work, and in fact did harm to my skin, like burned my skin, was not effective, too strong or too weak, or sometimes it hit that sweet spot, but it would only last for about 3 to 6 months. Could it have been my technique? Could have. Could it have been just the products weren't just formulated for my skin? Could have been that too. Probably that too. So I have, and I know we talked about this before, but I'll let you know. I have very oily, sensitive skin. And how you can tell that you have sensitive skin, wash your face. And within the next hour, touch your face. Is there oil on your skin? Oil on your finger, or what you can do is take take a sheet of paper, put it on your face, and kind of like dab it around. Is there oil on the paper? And this is within an hour. Yes, then you have oily skin. You might not have oily skin everywhere. You might just have it in what's called your T-zone, forehead, nose, and chin area. But if you have oily skin, you got oil on your eyelids, you have it on your cheeks, on your neck. It's all over this mug, right? And you can look like shine central. It can also look, your skin can also look very dull and dehydrated. It could look very congested, and congestion can look like enlarged pores, whiteheads, blackheads that are persistent, and definitely the kicker, acne. And it could be just acne spots on your face, your pustules, or it could be cluster acne, or cystic acne, and that's the one that gets under your skin, that is really inflamed. It hurts a lot, but just stays under your skin and doesn't really come up. And it could be very painful. It could be more than one in a cluster. And so I suffered from all of those things, all of them. And it was very difficult for me to find any one thing that worked to help clear up my skin. If this cleanser was for oily skin, it wasn't for sensitive skin. If this cleanser was for sensitive skin, it wasn't effective against my oil. So there wasn't really a sweet spot for me, a method or anything that worked initially. The cleansers I was using were very harsh, would strip my skin, and I would end up with rebound oiliness, and it would cause other issues. So now my skin is even more congested, and now I'm having more issues with acne, both cystic and pustule, and I would also have blackheads. So it was a cycle that my skin would go through. I would have acne, and then it would calm down, or it would go into another phase. I would get cystic acne, and then that might go away. And if the first one didn't go away, it would develop into a blackhead. Like it was consistent. It was constant and consistent. Oh my goodness. So as I started to learn more about my skin and how I could try to figure out what I was using, I wanted to find more natural ways. So this is around the time where we're starting to learn that parabens are not good for your skin, phthalates, silicones, all of these things. And I started to do sort of an elimination to figure out, okay, well, if this product does this, maybe it's causing this reaction on my skin. So cut that out. Once I started to hone this down, I started to realize that I'm sensitive to a lot of things, right? I have a lot of allergies. I've done sensitivity tests, allergy tests, and I'm allergic to just about everything. Just about everything, except for foods. There's only one food that I know for sure that I'm actually allergic to, and that's shellfish. That's pretty much it. But my brother, my lovely brother, was allergic to everything. Nuts, not eggs, nuts, right? Any kind of grains he couldn't eat, corn, a lot of things that my brother was allergic to. And so I have I've seen a mini doctor, both in the Army and out of the Army, and the results are the same. And so I figured, okay, well, if I'm having these things both on my body and in my body, would it translate to my skincare? And the answer was absolutely yes. So I figured the best way to go is to go as natural as possible, which meant that I took out all of the chemical-laden products, and just so you know, everything is a chemical. All the harmful chemicals or things that might cause a reaction within me. It might not be harmful in general, but to me, they were causing a reaction that I did not want, so an unwanted reaction. So anything that had a lot of alcohols in it, drying my skin, causing other issues. What I needed was something that was going to draw in the moisture, so a humectant, glycerins, glycols, honey, things like that. Those are humectants, and they draw moisture from the air. They draw moisture from the environment, and that's what I needed for something to do that and fix it in my skin. Hyaluronic acid is another one that does. It actually holds 1,000 times more water. So that was something I needed to incorporate. So when I started looking into different types of cleansers, one of the things that I came across with, and my My friend who is an esthetician hated this when I told her that, because I found out about the oil cleansing method, and it made sense to me, right? As I refer to myself as a biologist. As a biologist, you learn during your chemistry courses that like dissolves like, right? So acid dissolves acid, base dissolves base. And so I wanted to figure out, well, does this work the same with oil? Can I use oil to do this for my oily skin? Will my skin respond, or will I have a horrible reaction? Yes and no. Yes, in the way that it does work. Yes, in the way that oil cleansing method is the way to go for oily skin. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it is something that can work. And yes, that it can clear up your skin. No, if you're not using the right oils. No, if you're not using the right methods. No, if you're not using the oil cleansing method properly. So that's where your yes and no is. So what did I do? How did I do no? Okay, I didn't know because I was following some person who was like, yeah, use coconut oil. Coconut oil is great for a lot of things. But for someone who has oily skin and is prone to blemishes, coconut oil is not good for your skin. No, it's not good for our skin. It's good for my skin from the neck down. My hair loves it. Can't get enough of coconut oil. But my face is, I can't even use coconut oil in my hair because if it touches any part of my face, that's where I'm going to get a spot. There's going to be a whole acne situation going on there. And it's not just like, it's just a little blemish. No, it gets angry. It gets deep, it gets angry. So we don't use coconut oil on this face. We have learned. So what I started to do was what I was supposed to do in the first place, right? Scientist, do your research. Do your research. This is your body. It's very precious. You only get one. It is your most precious possession. Treat it well. Do your research. So that's what I did. Your girl did a research and started to look and figure out, okay, what oils can I use on my skin? Because all oils are not created the same when it comes to blemish-prone skin, oily, sensitive skin. They're not the same, okay? Some oils that are great for our skin, safflower oil, very light. Sunflower oil, very light. Grapeseed oil. Olive oil, if it's unrefined, I will say that. The refining methods can kind of adulterate it. Castor oil, absolutely. Any kind of dry oils like rosehip oil, jojoba oil, not really an oil though. It's more of a wax, and it's actually closer to our own skin oil, our skin sebum. Argan oil, apricot oil, almond oil. These types of oils are really good for our skin. They have a comedogenic rating of 2 or less, right? So what a comedogenic rating is based on the amino acid profile. I'm speaking that wrong. Not the amino acid. The oil. Get it, girl. The fatty chain profile in the oils. So coconut oil has a higher rating. I believe it's like 4, which means it's very comedogenic. Castor oil has 1, which means it's little to no. So that's just what we're looking at. So castor oil for oily skin, coconut oil. Don't even try it, honey. Not on your face, at least. Put it on a dry patch on your elbow, but do not put it on your nose. So those are the type of things that I was doing, and I just try to, figure out, okay, if I use these type of oils on my skin, what's going to happen? So here we go with scientific method. We're building, oh goodness, building a test, right? I have a hypothesis, and I'm trying to test this hypothesis. So I started off with creating my first round of the Perfecting Oil Cleanser. This is my holy grail. Holy grail. This is it. What it does is, and I'll briefly explain the oil cleansing method. What it does is it helps to deep clean your pores by getting into your pores where the oil, your oil is coming out of, and helping to break up dirt, grime, pollution, oil, hardened sebum, all of those things to help clear them out before it becomes a problem, right? Your dead skin cells, all those things that can clog your pores, this helps to deep clean them and and really just help to pull it out and help to clear all that stuff out of your skin so it doesn't remain where it is and cause problems, congestion, acne, and the like. All right, so that's how this works, right? I will actually do a tutorial, full-on tutorial, on how to do your oil cleansing method with this Perfecting Oil Cleanser, and then you can see how easy it is to do, how you don't have to be scared of putting oil on your skin, how it will work. It does what it's supposed to do. Now, I was skeptical of putting oil on my skin. I stayed away from any oil on my skin until I went down that road of coconut oil on my face, which is not a good idea. But once I got this part down, I started to notice that not only did my skin clear up, the blackheads that are so hard to, remove, which you shouldn't do on your own. You should have someone, an esthetician, do your extractions for you so you don't further damage your skin. The congestion, the acne, the blackheads, even the texture of my skin started to smooth out. Once I do this, I feel that my cleanser that I follow up with it is actually able to do the job of cleansing my skin. So I do a double cleanse, right, for my skin because I need to. I've developed this because I know what works for my skin. And oil cleansing as a first step in the evening works the best for my skin. I can tell the difference. I don't feel like there's this layer of oil and grime on my skin once I do this. And I do this at night. So I'll talk about my evening skincare routine. And we'll talk about my double cleansing skincare routine. I'll actually do this for you, walk you through it. Because if you're suffering from this, honey, I don't want you suffering no more. I went through that. You don't need to go through that. If you're going through that right now, give this a try. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Just chalk it up to one of the things that it doesn't work for you. But if it does work for you, definitely stick with it. Because I've been doing this, and this is the only thing that has worked for me, that has gotten me the results that I needed. And that has worked for me for the past 4 or 5 years now that I've been doing this. Do I still get breakouts? Not to the extent that I did. I might break out maybe with like a spot and it'll be gone within like a day or two. But I don't break out like I used to. My skin has cleared up. So now I'm at the point where my melasma is clearing up. And melasma is a skin condition that you can have from, you can develop that through using different types of medications, if you're prone to it genetically, or like me, having children, right? So pregnancy is the reason why I had my melasma, but it stuck around even after the baby was older. Like the baby now is 14. And here I was 9 years later after I gave birth to the baby, still with melasma, aka the mask of pregnancy. It's also what it's called. So this particular product helped me, but it was the oil cleansing method that helped to clear up my skin. And so I do it in a way that's very simplified. I don't have a lot of time, so my skincare routine is very time sensitive, or not time, no, time focused, time aware. We'll make it a phrase. My skincare routine is time aware. So it's time aware. We'll just say that. I like that. Write that down. So it encompasses using this in the evening, using my cleanser directly after I use a purifying enzyme cleanser, which helps to rid my skin of all the extra dead skin cells that are there and to remove any other traces of the oil cleanser that's there or anything else left on my skin, especially pollution, right? Environmental pollution. Then I follow up with my essential hydrating mist to impart moisture in my skin and to help tone it, so to reset the pH balance in my skin before I move on to my next steps, which at night encompasses serums. It depends on the day of the week. Sundays and Wednesdays is when I do my masks. And then my radiance moisturizer. This right here, this right here. This moisturizer, I was so afraid of using any kind of moisturizer on my skin that I was skeptical of putting this on my face because I mixed it. It's a nice light cream. It's a creamy base, but it's aloe based, right? So not water, but aloe base in it. So there's a little bit of oil in it. A lot of good things. Willow bark extract is in this to help deal with inflammation, help to deal with acne issues, help to deal with moisture issues and deep hydration. So I put this on first and I seal it with this. Right? There's a 3-step process to sealing all that. So I go toner and then whatever serums I have, moisturizer, and then I put my Resham oil. It's a facial oil that helps. That thing needs a whole damn show to itself, okay? And we'll talk about it. I'll show you it. That thing is amazing. But I pat that on my face a few drops, and you get a whole radiant scene going on first thing in the morning. Yeah, it's sexy. All right, well, I have to go. It was a pleasure talking to you today. We will talk more and we'll go over the rest of my routine. I'm actually going to walk this with you, to do the whole thing, honey. We're going to have a ball doing that because I love it. I love doing it every night because I've seen the results and I live it, and now I can't stay out of my mirror. I promise you I can't, because your girl is cute. All right, let me stop. I'll just keep going all day. All right, so that's all for us today, my loves. I just want to tell you thank you so much for being here, sharing this with us, having an awesome time today. Ooh, that wind is kicking up. Having an awesome time with us today. I want to remind you to be healthy, be well, be Akasha. Also, make sure you're following Akasha Be Well Skincare on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like this video, share, comment, let us know, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. If you like my giggle, comment, say, I like your giggle, girl. All right. Thank you so much, and I love you. Have an awesome day, loves.